Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
High end-over-end kick, short and returnable for Williams at the 6, outside the right hash of the 10, swerves left to the 15-20, sprints to the 25-30, on the numbers 35, Williams down the sideline of midfield, burns it ankle tackle 30, 25-20, Williams all the way, touchdown Huskers! Clock for the snap, comes in chest high, 4-man rush, Stone unleashes, near left side, overthrows Wilde at the 1, incomplete, the defense finds a way, they're gonna win it.
Olivia the honors, floats it across, Taylor Hold'em, nice pass, bad left, big space reception, blocked, Andy Jackson! Blocking better than a filibuster, 10 blocks for the Big Red tonight, 25-18. Huskers sweep their 11th consecutive opponent.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome into another Nebraska football show presented by Channel. Big week here at Lincoln as Huskers get set to take down the USC Trojans. And we're talking running backs here today with the running back coach, E.J. Barthel. And, of course, good time to chat with you. It's always good to talk to you. But the way the running backs are playing right now, and specifically Emmett Johnson coming off another great performance. I know you guys just got off the practice field. It's starting to turn a little bit. It feels like Big Ten weather. Now's the time you want to be able to run the football, and you guys are doing that at a really high level.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's right. Today was the first cold day of the year, as far as practice goes. So, but like you said, it's November time, and so this is like Big Ten traditional, pound the rock. This is our time, so for sure.
What do you see from the guys in practice this week? Nice bounce-back performance against Northwestern, and I think you saw a lot of maybe what you wanted to see specifically from what you do, and that's getting the running game going and seeing a lot from your running backs. But overall, what do you see sort of the mindset, understanding this is a huge game? They're all big, but really big opponent. Obviously, a big television audience that we're expecting here for the game against USC. But, Coach, the overall mindset of the guys coming into this one?
Coach Rule touched on it after the game to the media. I think he talked about, not celebrating a 6th win. That didn't really hit me until he actually said it, because I really wasn't even thinking about it. And then I think the biggest thing that I could say that's really – I've been here going into my 3rd year is our practice right now is we're so dialed into our process, and it's not about we're fighting for get the 6th win, all those things. It's the level of focus from our players right now, and the way we're attacking the what's next mentality. Like what are we doing right now, this moment, this rep, this play? It's been phenomenal, the level of focus, and that's the biggest difference that I can see from my past being here. The guys are really dialed into the process, for sure.
Level of focus, professionalism, the way that Emmett Johnson goes about his business, how would you describe what he's like on a week-in, week-out basis? He's taken his college career to the next level now. He's the featured guy, and he's shown he's taken that seriously in what he's doing on the field. But his overall work ethic and what fans don't see in a day-in, day-out basis, what have you come to expect from Emmett?
This is my 3rd year with Emmett, and so I know a lot of people are probably surprised, or people think that this came out of nowhere, but the kid's been working for this for the last 3 years. He's gotten better and better and better at the things he needs to work at each day, each rep. If you go back to things that I've talked about in the past about him, it's his ability to be coachable. He wants to get better at something every single day, and I could just remember year 1, he had to learn the game of football. He had to learn what it takes to be a running back. Like what does a running back mean? You can't just get away with athleticism at this level. You have to understand protections. You have to understand identifying fronts. You have to learn how to take a handoff properly. You know what I mean? Those are the things that Emmett his first year with me was working on. And then so year 2 was learning how to compete and learning how to perform. You know what I mean? I think the one thing we talk about in development is you have to fail to succeed. And I think that's what development really means. Emmett had the opportunity to correct his mistakes on the field. You know what I mean? And so, I know that's a lost art in college football nowadays. Everyone wants the quick fix portal, but there's still an element that we believe in here from Coach Rule's standpoint in developing our players. And then year 2 for him was learning how to compete with other guys, and also how to produce. And that's the second stage he went through. And then this last year, preseason, was the focus on his body. Can he take his body from 190 to 200 plus and sustaining that weight so he can become a true one running back, a true every down back that can do it all. And that's what he's done. He's done an excellent job of being focused in on this off the field goals with our weight nutrition program, with Corey and the strength and conditioning. And it's a daily process that we manage with him as far as his weight, what he's doing, what he's eating, his rest, his recovery. He's dialed in. He's really took that third piece to the next level.
Chatting with E.J. Barthel, talking running backs here on the Nebraska Football Show. But you mentioned the tangible gifts and things that he's continuing to grow on. But in terms of being a leader, and it's unique for him because he has such a young room behind him, a lot of young guys. How has he stepped up maybe in that regard? Because he's lived it now. He's gone through the process of becoming a better back, of learning what to look for on film, how to take coaching. How has he maybe become a leader now to help some of those younger guys behind him?
You know, the best thing about it is he's been in the shoes all the other guys have been in. Mm-hmm. He's actually been in similar situations. Those guys dealing with competition. Those guys dealing with not being the starter. You know, having success in practice. How does it correlate to the field? Like, he's done those things, so he's a very good voice to lean on in that room. You know what I mean? You'll constantly hear like, "Hey, man, I've been through this before, guys. Like, here's how you have to attack this." You know what I mean? So he's been great as far as using his experiences and vocalizing it for the other guys. And make no mistake, those guys are the reason why keep him sharp. You know, Mackay and Mosey in practice, those guys will rip off 20-yard, 30-yard runs. That keeps Emmett sharp. You know what I mean? And so the competition amongst the rules, amongst the room, with Quentin and Kenny Williams. I mean, Kenny Williams, if you watch him run the ball, in practice, it's just as impressive as what you see on kickoff return. Mm-hmm. So that level of competition in the room keeps Emmett very sharp and understands there's no room for a day off. And so it's really healthy competition. I know
Eckler's pumped up when Kenny Williams takes it to the house, and he almost did so against Maryland too. But what are you feeling? Because he's in your room. He's a guy who's battled to get to where he's at, to get here to Nebraska. But to see that moment this past Saturday, what was that feeling like for you?
Honestly, it's just joy, just pure joy, just to see him have success and the things that we talk about. And we talk about process, we talk about staying in it, staying in the moment, being where your feet are. He's come such a long way from being a young player, just figuring out his daily responsibilities, to now having on-field success. It's just joy watching him go out there and go on kickoff return, and just he's really been fighting the last 2 years to bring value to the team, and he's made the most of his opportunities. And it goes back to just like I said in the beginning, just about the process, like never steering away from the process. And it's even sometimes when you have adversity with Kenny, it's about, hey man, you've been through hard times before, you've been through worse times before. This is nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you missed a read on kickoff return, so what? Do it again. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
So he's been great to see his fight and see his resilience. I mean, right now he's taking reps. Quentin, he's taking reps down with us today. In practice, he's looking great. He's looking great, and he gives our defense a really good look on scout team. We're fortunate to have a kid like that in our depth. I mean, he could probably start somewhere else too.
Yeah. Isaiah Mosey, a Swiss Army knife guy. I always mention Deebo Samuel when I think of Isaiah Mosey. The way Dana utilizes him, motioning him in the slot, split backs, all these different ways that you could utilize him. As an athlete, as an asset, as a running back, I know you must have felt good when you got him in the running back room. You thought maybe he'd be a wide receiver. But what has he brought to that room with everybody?
When we recruit, when we evaluate guys, we're looking at, can we look at certain traits that can correlate to being a professional athlete, professional player, right? Mm-hmm. That's how we recruit. That's how we evaluate. So, looking at Mosey, looking at his body is something that I noticed fairly quickly, that he looks like a running back. He moves like a running back. And he has the measurables to be a running back. And so the thing I'm most impressed with Isaiah is he's had to train his body and his mannerisms from receiver to running back, and he's done that really well. You know what I mean? It may not sound very difficult, but to change your whole mindset from going from a perimeter player to an interior player is completely different. The pre-snap and post-snap eyes are different. Your footwork is different. The pace, the timing, it's all different from a receiver. So he's handled that and went through that transition fairly well, and I'm really impressed by that. And then so he's continuing to get better and better and better. As you see in the games, when he gets his opportunities, he makes the most of them. And so he's got a huge future ahead of him. I mean, and he's got Mekhi pushing him right next to him. Those two guys are, 1 and 2. Those guys are, Mekhi gets there, he gets explosive run. I mean, they're both pushing each other to become, the number 2 back and when they get their opportunities.
It's amazing amount of detail that goes into what you do, and that's why we're excited to have you here in studio today. Fans, as a farmer, challenges arise daily with the new enhanced Channel Seed brand. You could tackle them all. Rise to the challenge with Channel. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Also, get reliable propane, fuel, and lubricants from Central Valley Ag for home, farm, or business. We step aside here on the Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel. More with Coach Barthel. That is next.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorseed Enlist corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore Enlist corn and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your crawl space and damaging your home. Musty smells, sagging floors, mold are just a few signs your crawl space is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pre-game routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
At Woodhouse, it's more than just buying a car. It's about the experience. Our team is dedicated to making every visit seamless, enjoyable, and personalized to your needs. Explore a wide selection of vehicles, from SUVs and sedans to trucks and luxury models, all backed by expert guidance and exceptional service. Whether it's your first car or your next upgrade, discover why generations of drivers trust Woodhouse for a truly memorable experience. Visit us at woodhouse.com today.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-less corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore-less corn. And other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Welcome back into the Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel. Kyle Crooks back with you, talking running backs here tonight with E.J. Barthel, running backs coach here with the Nebraska Cornhuskers. You know, we talked, Coach, a lot about Emmett in segment one, a little bit about Isaiah, but you mentioned Makai and, you know, his maturity building in the position is his role. He hopes, I'm sure, eventually expands to what he's looking for. But when you see the talent that Makai Nelson has and his ability and his impact on this team, what do you see from a guy like that?
You know, the first thing that jumps out is the energy he brings. I mean, I think the whole team can feel his energy when he's involved on the field, whether he's running the ball or he's on special teams, you know. And to credit to all the, you know, I'm really proud of the group as far as all the guys are making their impact felt on special teams, which is really important for the position. There was one play where actually Mosey took a return, and I see Ken Williams make a huge block, and then Quentin's making the block, and then, you know, it's just the same game. Kai Nelson recovers a fumble on kickoff, and it's just like the little things about the room and the competitiveness of the room on special teams really makes me proud as a coach. And really that's what Coach Rule stands for, right? He wants to, you know, there's always a role for you to bring value. And so to sum that up about Makai, it's, you know, he's competitive no matter where he's going to be, no matter what situation he's going to be. He's going to try to take that role and win with it. And so just looking for opportunities to get him on the field when we can, which is difficult with 21 back there. But, you know, I said same thing with Mose and Quentin. When those guys are in there, they got to make plays, and Makai is very explosive, and he's a guy that can do that, and he's shown that he can do that.
And that's where, you know, careers eventually get built, maybe even at the next level. But if you have an impact on special teams, when you first come in here, you're not necessarily going to maybe have the ability, aside from the five-star guy, or if there's injury depth issues, to play consistently on offense or defense. That's the way to get on the field, and it seems like your room specifically has embraced that. Was that something that you had to embrace as a player during your playing days, playing on special teams?
Absolutely. Yeah, I played fullback, so, you know, when I wasn't in the packages, special teams was, you know, four-phase special teams player, and I really learned that under my time with Carolina Panthers, working with the running backs. You know, your one was C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey at the time, and he wasn't involved in special teams, but the next three guys, they had to have a role, whether it be on punt return, kickoff return, or kickoff. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing for us. You know, our four guys or 4 or 5 guys that travel, they have to have a role. Vince Genatone, I mean, he's a four-phase starter. They have to have a role on the teams, you know, when they're traveling. So I'm just really proud of how they're embracing it. You know, I mean, Vince is he's a full, basically a starter on special teams. But he's so dialed into his development as well. I mean, every single day he's asking me how to get better, where can he improve, and so, you know, Vince has played a big part in that role as far as showing the other guys how to be leaders on special teams as well. Got to give him credit for that.
And you grew up in East Rutherford, right? New Jersey?
Right. That's right.
Jersey.
That's right.
You're a Jersey guy. I'm a Jersey guy. I mean, we grew up probably 20 minutes away from each other. I grew up in Pequannock. But you played at Rutgers. You played under Greg Schiano, and
That's right.
my brother went to Rutgers, so I watched a lot of Rutgers growing up, and specifically some of those teams that you were on. What was it like playing for Coach Schiano? I mean, and he's back there now. He's done a really good job with Rutgers. He's just a perfect fit for that university. But he's a fiery guy, right?
No, there's no question. He hasn't changed one bit, and so. It was pretty awesome for those guys to come out here last year. We played them at home, and that was a big game for me and for the RBs that game. And those guys really wanted to have a great day on my behalf, and I was really happy at how they performed that day. It was a windy day. And Coach Schiano, he's going to bring physical defense. He's going to try to stop the run, and so. I got a nice text from Coach Susan on the staff afterwards about hey, those boys ran hard, so so I was really proud of the room and how they competed, and that was a special game for us. Yeah, and I know Coach Rule has ties with Coach Schiano through Penn State and stuff. So, that was a personal but business game as well last year for sure.
When you show tape to some of these guys, I think I was talking to Coach Braden about he'll show NFL tape, some of the guys that you aspire to be. He coached Chris Jones at the Kansas City Chiefs, and you've been around big time NFL running backs. Do you have moments in film sessions where you break down current NFL tape and guys and what they aspire to be and say, hey, look, this is the blueprint of how to do it at the next level?
Absolutely. I think that's a really important point that you just made because from specifically talking about the run game, we're running an NFL run style offense. Well, we're going to run all the runs where it's power, counter, duo, outside zone, inside zone, tight zone, mid zone. We're going to run all the runs. And then when we recruit backs or look at running backs, they have to be able to run to make all those runs. We're not just a one scheme type of run game. So the correlation of our offense versus NFL film, especially what we did with Christian in Carolina and Mike Davis, even the younger guys like Rodney Smith, that film we show quite often, especially the individual periods. I got to be honest, my experience with Carolina and being the assistant running back coach there and just on how we approach practice with Christian is very similar to what we do with Emmett. You know what I mean? As far as what reps is he taking, we're very methodical on what he's doing every single day. You can't give Christian McCaffrey, 15 reps in team period. So you have to make sure you get what he needs, and then the rest is methodically picked with what is he going to get, what's it going to take a mental rep here, does he need this rep here, how do you save his body here, so which is also a great opportunity for the younger guys to get those reps in practice as well. So they're I always talk to Connor Booth, Kenny Williams, Mosey, the whole group, Kai, we have to accelerate during the season. That's when you have a really good room. During practice, our goal is to accelerate. We got to get better every single practice. So this isn't hey man, we're just getting ready for USC. Yeah, we're getting ready for USC, but also everyone's here. We're coaching like it's the day one of camp. We need to work on the fundamentals and improve the techniques. So it's kind of that experience really has helped. To answer your question, that experience has really helped, and showing that film gives me a little credibility with the boys. You know what I mean? Because Coach, why are we doing this? Oh, you don't like this drill? Well, let's watch Christian do the drill.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right, I got it. So so it's been great. Yeah.
And Connor Booth, you mentioned him because I remember watching him in fall camp, and eventually you hope that he blossoms into he runs incredibly hard. When I was watching him in fall camp, I'm like, this guy's a dude.
That's right. That's right.
This year fans probably don't know a whole lot about him, but I think they will in the future. What can you tell me about Connor Booth, his work ethic, what his possible ceiling is when his time comes?
The best thing about him right now is he's getting to go against the number one defense every single day. And with young players, sometimes you have to they can't see what the strides they're making. So sometimes you have to remind them. Going back to Greg Schiano, I think my freshman year, my sophomore year, I was playing scout team tailback, and I had a little chip on my shoulder, and he brought me over to the side and was like, hey, you think you should be the starting running back right now? And I was like, what do you mean by that? And he was like, well, Willis McGahee was my scout team running back in Miami. And I was like, all right, you know what I mean? So you had to get a reality check. And I think, I've had that discussion with Connor, and he won scout team player of the week last week. You know what I mean? And so I take a lot of pride in that. We take a lot of pride in that. When he won that award, the group of backs, kind of surrounded him, and Kenny won it 1 week as well, and so Isaac won it 1 week as well. So like they take pride in that, and that's where they get better. Mm-hmm. That's where Emmett Johnson was on scout team 2 years ago. Yeah, he was on the scout team, and even in camp, he was taking reps with scout team. A year and a half ago. So that's where you get better. That's where you get challenged by the older guys and the physicality, and that's where you develop for sure.
Those are really tough conversations to have. That the role you're playing at the current moment, while it's not maybe on game day, is incredibly important to your development. And those are, I'm sure, conversations you have to have daily. But the understanding of continuing to instill confidence in these guys when maybe they're not impacting Saturdays, but they still are from what they're doing from Sunday all the way through Friday. So I think that's such an important part of what you do, is working in the mental side with some of these guys, right?
There's no doubt. I mean, the mental development piece is really important, especially in today's society with the guys and all the distractions and all the things on the outside noise and the pressure that these guys have to perform.
Yeah.
And some things are out of their control, and I always tell them, Coach Rule always tells them, control what you can control, right? Like, be in the moment, be where your feet are. You cannot worry about the end of the journey. It's about the process. And we kind of repeat that every single day, and with not just our words, but our actions. Our process on how we get ready for practice, how detailed our walkthroughs are, and the consistency of a coach and making sure my day is very is the same. I'm the same guy every single day for these players. You know what I mean? That process of going through one rep at a time is really important. It's critical, and it's really worked out well. It's really worked out well for Emmett. Emmett wants to win. He wants this team to win. He came back here. He wants to be here. He loves this team. He's going to compete for his teammates. Last week, he had a chance to break one at the end of the game in 4 minutes. Just maybe could pad his stats if he wanted to, and he got right down for the team to secure the win. You know what I mean? That's
guys in the NFL aren't doing that.
That's right.
Right? So that tells me a lot about where these guys are, and that goes back to your coaching and your ability to get through to these guys. Because guys at the next level, they're taking that thing.
That's right. That is right. And so. To your point, it's been really special to be part of the group, and really Coach Rule's done an excellent job of instilling that in our guys. He's really done just a fantastic job the last 3 years of, having that kind of mindset with our players.
Great stuff here with E.J. Barthel talking running backs here for the Huskers fans. As a farmer, challenges arise daily. With the new enhanced Channel Seed brand, you could tackle them all. Rise to the challenge with Channel. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Also, contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. Final segment with Coach coming up on the Nebraska Football Show.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn, and we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all, the #1 seed to beat, the one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/100.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear weekend, Toyota trucks are raring to go. Gearing up for fall, Tundra is all in for hauling. Campers, ATVs, you know Tundra's got the muscle to move it. Going off the beaten path? Tacoma says, let's do this. With handling that tackles tough trails and the backbone to take you where the pavement can't. Both trucks pack sweet tech, posh cabins, and Toyota's legendary reliability. So whether it's a fishing trip at dawn, tailgate at noon, or a remote sunset at, well, sunset, these trucks are built to make every weekend epic. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, or Village Point Toyota of Omaha.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-enless corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore enlist corn, and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Fall into savings and drive something new at Woodhouse Chevy. Whether you're tailgating, planning a fall road trip, or driving your daily commute, there's a vehicle in the Chevy lineup that's perfect for wherever the road takes you. From reliable trucks to spacious SUVs, you'll find a wide selection of inventory, plus special financing and limited time offers available now. Shop online anytime or stop by one of our 2 convenient locations in Omaha or Missouri Valley. Woodhouse Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Welcome back in. Third segment of the Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel. Kyle Crooks, joined by the running backs coach with the Nebraska Cornhuskers, E.J. Barthel. Emmett Johnson will join us in the final segment. He is the star of the week, really a lot of weeks, Emmett Johnson, because he's been sensational. But let's go back in time to some of those great teams in the 90s with our Alumni Hall, Alumni of the Week. Alumni Hall is your ultimate Husker shopping experience with the largest and best selection of apparel, vault gear, and tailgate accessories. Shop their 2 Lincoln locations or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, where Huskers shop.
Tommy on the carry. Tommy pitches. Down the right sideline. It is Benning inside the 30. Downfield. Inside the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Damon Benning.
I figured I'd give a pop to my radio analyst, Damon Benning, somebody who E.J. Barthel knows. Damon was actually here earlier today. He was at practice. He feels weird every time he looks up in that facility and sees his picture up there. I said, Damon, that means you did some good things here. Stop feeling any type of way about it. He feels off about it. I'm like, that's a good thing. But Damon, just those teams in the 90s, and I'm sure you know a little bit about the history of Nebraska football. This is what this program was built on, the position group that you coach here with the Huskers, right?
That's right. I mean, it was quite a challenge coming here, taking this job. I know the tradition of the I-backs here at Nebraska and the success they've had and all the 1,000-yard rushers they've had. And so quite a challenge to come take it. And Damon's been, since the first day I got here, Damon's been great. He's been awesome and just a guy that knows the position and can actually bounce, information off of and things that, he's helped me out quite a bit over the years.
How about SC, who comes in here and, doing some prep on them? You look at it, 4-star, 5-star. That's sort of the deal. And, their defensive front, you're looking at 6'5", 270 pretty much all across the board, and some guys that are even a little bit bigger. It's going to be a tough front to move and get success in the run game. What do you see maybe as some of the keys specifically in what you guys do to give Nebraska an edge?
It may sound cliche, but to be honest, it's nothing's going to change from our perspective on our process and what we do. I think that it's one rep at a time mindset as far as running the ball and protecting the quarterback and protecting the football. This team is very talented. There's no question about it. But Coach Rule mentioned to the team and to the media, like each week is going to be this way in this conference and in college football. You know what I mean? And so everyone, the last 3 teams we've played, whatever the scouting report says, we need to expect that we're going to get their very best on Saturday. And to your point, there is some athletes on that side of the football. There is no question. They have some good-looking kids. They have some top talent, and they've had some tough games as well. So we're looking forward to the challenge. I think this season has been great. I think we've answered. We've faced some tough teams, and we were built for it from the start, from Cincinnati to now. We're built for this game on Saturday, and so it's not about rushing for 100 yards. It's not about scoring this many touchdowns or doing this in the red zone. It's about one play at a time mindset, trusting your training and going out there and doing our regular team compete as we do every day.
Mm-hmm. What was your reaction to the black uniforms when you saw it? They had the black uniforms on the mannequin the other day on the Monday press conference, but you're going to have the blackout in the stadium. So it's going to be a pretty cool environment, probably one of the better ones since you've been here. I know last year Colorado was crazy, but your thoughts on the uniforms? I know the guys love them.
I mean, if there's one place it's going to be special, it's going to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so a night game here at Lincoln is pretty awesome. So it's probably the best environment I've ever been around. So I'm excited to see what this is like, this blackout situation. It's going to be pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be epic, in my opinion. Just, every game day is great for us, and so I'm all for it. It's going to be pretty special.
How about the guys that are blocking for your room? I think of a Rocco Spindler, his bone sticking out of his hand the week prior at Minnesota. He comes back, he's ready to go, and we know the injuries and sort of the guys that have been rotating at tackle a little bit, but it seems like they've found their way. I mean, they've been pretty solid in run blocking wise, right? Of course, we've talked about pass protection, all those things, and what goes into that. But in terms of the run blocking in front of you, it's a really good group that you guys have.
For sure, I think protection, and run blocking, we're one unit. You know what I mean? I don't think that we can single out the old linemen as just that's all their fault. But however, the backs, receivers, quarterbacks, we all got to be on the same page in protection. But as far as running the ball, that's a pretty close group. The running backs and the O-line, they're pretty tough. They're pretty tight. You know what I mean? And so they spend a lot of time together. We spend a lot of time together with joint walkthroughs and meetings and stuff like that. So the energy that those guys bring on every single day, Henry, Rocco, Justin. I mean, Justin Evans is a lunch pail player. I mean, it's unbelievable. That kid comes to work and I don't think people realize how hard it is to play center in the Big Ten and what he does every single day. He's going to face a stud in front of him every day, make the calls. He's the leader of the O-line. I mean, that kid right there, so he's really special. And Rocco, his energy in the game day is awesome. You know what I mean? He wants to go and compete. And to have those type of guys in front of us, I know for a fact gives Emmett the motivation to do what he's supposed to do. If they're going to give us a crease, we got to make sure the ball is where it's supposed to be, and we got to make it happen.
What do you see from the running backs in this league? I'm sure when you're on the sideline or watching film or maybe even just at home, watching games, you probably just say, wow, I mean, some of these guys are pretty special, these running backs in this league.
You know, I think you're right. I think this is the best. I think the Big Ten is probably the best group of backs collectively in the nation. And I think the run game is special in the Big Ten. Means a little different. It means a little more in the Big Ten, in my opinion. Not to say that the SEC isn't special, however, but the tradition of running backs here, and I see Emmett here walking in.
Yeah, Emmett's coming now.
The tradition of running backs, especially here at Nebraska, what it means. I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, for sure. And I mean, this kid we got here, in my opinion, he's if not the best in the nation. He's one of the best players in the nation. And it's not because of what he does on Saturdays, just because of how he practices every day. You know what I mean? And so to watch these other guys on Saturdays and use that as motivation to compete, I mean, it's awesome. It really is. There's some great players out there.
There is.
Yeah.
Who's the class clown of the group? Somebody who just keeps it light? Is it Emmett? Who's the guy that has the jokes or is a little loose?
Oh, man, yeah, that's great. Probably Makai Nelson in the room.
Okay, I wouldn't see that. I feel like he's a fiery dude.
He is on the field. He's fiery, but in the room, he brings the energy. He's always got a nice little joke at the end of my
quip.
He's always got something. Well, Coach, you said this. It's like, all right, I did say that. Relax.
So that's a good group, and it's one of the best
absolutely.
in the conference. And you're doing a tremendous job. And thank you so much for joining us. Big game. We all know that, and we're all excited for the blackout and for this game against USC. But, again, thank you for taking the time out of your preparation.
I appreciate you guys, man. Awesome. Thank you.
That's E.J. Barthel. Appreciate him joining us here on the Nebraska Football Show. As a farmer, challenges arise daily with the new enhanced Channel Seed brand. You can tackle them all. Rise to the challenge with Channel. Learn more at channel.com/rise. We'll have another E.J. Emmett Johnson joins us next to wrap up the show.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined, as always, by my co-anchor, Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2, at T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
The 24-monthly bill credits eligible traded on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive. from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Welcome back in. Final segment, Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel. We are joined by the man of the hour, the man of the week, the man of the season. Kyle Crooks now joined by Emmett Johnson. I like to call him EJ on the air, but we just got done talking to EJ Barthel.
Yes, sir.
You're sporting the chain, the number 21 chain. It's good to see you, Emmett. You've had a tremendous year. We've been talking Halloween candy before we went live on the air. Your favorite is Snickers. You got a few Snickers by you right now? Is that your go-to?
Yeah. Shout out Jessica Coody for giving me the Snickers too while we are on the show. So let's get it cracking.
Yeah, it sounds good. So for you, just what's been, I guess, the key to your success? It seems like you're just locked in. I think athletes use that phrase, flow state. There's been those games where Maryland's one that stands out, where that's a seminal moment in your career. But what's maybe changed for you this year that has allowed you to take that next jump?
Yeah, I'll just say preparation and then motivation. Those two things I feel like kind of took over for me. I'll say coming into the season, I spent a lot of time just working on things that I need to get better at in the off season with my older brother. But just preparing for the game is something that I've taken the next step at. Coach EJ, we spent a lot of time on protections, just going over fronts, a lot of different things that we got to know for the game, and then just being prepared and understanding the little things like where to put the ball, where my eyes are supposed to start, and then it just makes the game easier, honestly. When you understand the game of football, it makes it easier. And then motivation, I've been motivated like my whole life, but now it's just like I'm extremely hungry every time I'm out there on the field, and I just want to make the most out of every opportunity I get.
Now that the Minnesota game has passed, but going back home, the emotion of that, having so many family and friends, was that tough? Was that easy for you? What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was honestly a blessing. I seen it as a blessing, just having a lot of family come out to watch me. Just like growing up in the city and everything, it meant a lot for me. Obviously, I'm not proud of how the game, went, but it just meant a lot for me to have the support of a lot of people in Minnesota, and just knowing that my family has my back, that meant a lot. It was a fun environment out there for sure.
What do you see? How do you have an encore performance against USC? Their front, massive, a lot of 6'5", 270 guys. When you see them on tape, what stands out about USC?
Yeah, honestly, I watch a lot of tape on other teams, but it really comes down to how we play. Sure. And most of the time, it's just us focusing on what we control, and that's just O-line focusing on blocking, me focusing on running the ball, blocking, catching the ball. Just focusing on the team, and honestly, it's never really about the other opponent. I feel like once we play Nebraska football, we're unstoppable. So that's kind of how I go into the week. We just all focus on ourselves, take it one day at a time. Deliberate practice is something a coach talks about, is just focusing on one thing to get better at every single day, and that will lead to success against USC.
Collaboration with Dana Holgorsen, it's clear that you've become a different player. I think that the games have been called around you more towards the end of last year since Dana took over, but how much has he maybe changed what your ceiling is, or maybe your confidence on the field since he's come here?
Yeah, I love Coach Holgorsen. He's gave me the opportunity to show my skill set and just do what God put me on this earth to do. So I love his offense. I love everything about it, just how running backs aren't just runners. They're able to catch the ball, be versatile, do a lot of different things. So I got a lot of love for Coach Dana, as you know. But we got a lot more work to do, man. We've done some things, but a lot more football to be played, so we got some special things coming up.
Yeah, I love that mindset. You and Dylan really close. This is one of the things I noticed probably right away when I first came here. How has that relationship grown maybe this year, as now you're the number one back and he has another year of being the guy under center?
Yeah, I feel like it grown in the off season, and that just started from us spending time with each other, off the field. We did a lot of things like go to high school games, go to different events. We got really, really close, and then the chemistry kind of just took over from there on the football field. But, yeah, me and Dylan, we spent a lot of time with each other, and I'm really proud of him and how far he's come in terms of his career, from being a true freshman last year with all the pressure on him and everything like that, to him settling down and understanding the game now, becoming more of a leader. And, yeah, we got a lot more to do, but Dylan's my guy. He's my guy.
You're I would assume you're one of the more vocal guys in the running back room, just in general, but specifically in the running back room, and you have a really young group behind you. Has it turned into now you have a different role? And, yeah, you got to produce on the field, but you also have to produce for these other guys to get them ready for when it's their turn.
Yeah, this offseason I spent a lot of time just being the vocal leader, and it's crazy because I remember when I came in at first, I wasn't really as much as a vocal leader, and then now I feel like I've learned a lot through the game of football and off the field that I can teach a lot of the younger guys a lot of life lessons and things on the field too as well. And so I'm really proud. It's something that I embrace, being able to give back to them, and because I want to turn them into great players too as well. And you know, those are guys that push me every single day. So I love those guys a lot, and I know that a lot of those guys are going to be, you know, in my shoes someday. So I want to make sure that I show them how it's done, and then when it's their time, they can take over too as well.
How about your relationship with the offensive line? I think quarterbacks, running backs have to have a good relationship with the offensive line, but it's a really gritty group. I think of Rocco Spindler, bone sticking out of his hand. He's back next week. When you see just the toughness of those guys, what do you think?
Man, yeah, those guys are tough, extremely tough, and those are probably the hardest working group of people on this team. You know, in the off season, they do everything together as one unit, and I tell them every single day, like, how much I appreciate them, and it just means a lot to have those guys on my side. Running behind those guys, it just makes everything more simpler. And Rocco, like I said, when he came in from Notre Dame, at first, you know, it took us some time to bond with each other, but we did a lot of off-the-field stuff with the O-line. I even got them all some of my E-Money shirts that I had.
I like it.
So, it just shows my appreciation for them, and then every single time I get a chance to, give them a shout-out, I do, because they don't really get that much love. Mm-hmm. So we've gotten a lot closer this season, and like I said, we got a lot more work to do.
Who's the running back you try to emulate most, maybe in the NFL, that you're watching on a Sunday?
Currently?
Yeah, or just whoever comes to mind for you.
Yeah, you know, I watched a lot of McCaffrey, honestly, growing up, and you know, he's somebody he's been versatile too, and be able to run routes out of the backfield, things like that. My brother sends me a lot of different runners, honestly, but I would say, you know, similar to McCaffrey, I watched a lot of Chris Johnson growing up too.
Good one.
And you know, he's just electrifying, super fast, making cuts in the backfield. Even in college, I used to watch like Reggie Bush, a lot of those type of backs. But I would definitely say those are three backs that I definitely model my game after. I feel like I'm forgetting one that's really important. But actually, LT is the most. He's the guy I watch the most, and Barry Sanders, those two. But LT is the guy that I really feel like my game kind of models after. Like if you really go back and watch some of his runs and things, it's really similar to mine. And it was kind of crazy because my brother showed me a highlight film of him from a while ago, and I looked at it, I was just like, dang, he low-key cuts and makes the same cuts as me. So it was really similar. But Barry's just the best of all time in my opinion, and I feel like you can't go wrong by watching a lot of his tape and seeing a lot of things that he's done. I know Dylan's dad knows him too, playing on the Lions for a while, so yeah, those are guys that I watched a lot.
Well, Danian also had number 21 too.
Yeah, 21 too.
Yeah, San Diego, and
yes,
I remember him even with the Jets too. Towards the couple good years the Jets have had. But black uniforms, Emmett, you excited about that? Looks like you guys are pretty fired up.
Nah, yeah, that's gonna be amazing, man. I remember because my senior year in high school we wear black on black, and it was just, I don't know, that's a crazy nice combo when it comes to jerseys, but you can't go wrong by going black on black. And I know a lot of the fans are going to be wearing black too. I'm used to fans wearing red, so it's going to be cool to see Memorial Stadium in black, which is going to be wild. But it's going to be fun. But most importantly, we just got to win the game. That's all I'm focused on.
I'm excited to see you back at it against USC. Emmett, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate your time.
Sir, appreciate you.
That's star Husker Emmett Johnson. Fans Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Also, as a farmer, challenges arise daily. The new enhanced Channel Seed brand, you could tackle them all. Rise to the challenge with Channel. Learn more at channel.com/rise. We have a full hour of Sports Nightly coming up. Our coverage on Saturday for the Huskers and the USC Trojans will begin at 2:30 p.m. Central with Husker Game Day. Stay here. Keep it locked for Sports Nightly. That's next.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Set. Hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $3,250 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
Good evening, I'm Christopher Sullivan-Diaz, and our sports ticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems. By the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems, the Nebraska wrestling team was ranked number 2 in the preseason NWCA coaches poll released on Wednesday. Nebraska will duel each of the top 4 or 5 teams, including number 5 Oklahoma State on December 21st, number 3 Iowa on January 23rd, and number 4 Ohio State on January 25th, all at the Devaney Center. In other Husker news, Nebraska men's tennis will head to Madison, Wisconsin to compete in the 2025 Big Ten Individual Championships Thursday, October 20th to Sunday, November 2nd. During 4 days of tournament action, rounds of 64 singles and 32 doubles will be played. Doubles play begins at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Thursday, October 20th. Singles and doubles will begin at 9 a.m. Central Time each day. And finally, in the MLB tonight, Game 5 of the World Series between the Dodgers and Blue Jays is to begin at 7 Central. Our sports ticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, a disciplined process, the retirement compass. Visit StonebridgeIWM.com. Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
High end-over-end kick, short and returnable for Williams at the 6, outside the right hash of the 10, swerves left to the 15-20, sprints to the 25-30, on the numbers 35, Williams down the sideline of midfield, breaks an ankle tackle 30, 25-20, Williams all the way, touchdown Huskers! Clock for the snap, comes in chest high, 4-man rush, Stone unleashes, near left side, overthrows Wilde at the 1, incomplete, the defense finds a way, they're gonna win it.
Olivia the honors, floats it across, Taylor Hold'em, nice pass, fed left, big space reception, blocked, Andy Jackson! Blocking better than a filibuster, 10 blocks for the Big Red tonight, 25-18. Huskers sweep their 11th consecutive opponent.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Sports Nightly. Great stuff with the running back room with EJ. EJ. Yeah, that's what Emmett Johnson was like. I'm so used to people calling me EJ, but EJ Barthel's done a great job with that room in so many ways. And Emmett, what a season. What a season.
He's been one of the best backs in the country. And I was talking to him off air just how he's focusing on staying healthy and making sure his body's good. Like after every game, he's in the cold tub right away. Like he's going the extra mile to make sure that he's feeling good after every game. When you run the ball 27 times in the Big Ten, you're going to feel it when it's all said and done. But he's going about it as a professional. Everything you hear from EJ Barthel and about how Emmett is a professional in the way that he goes about his business. And now he's blossomed into this leader in that running back room where I remember you saying in August, it was, this is a running back room that gets young in a hurry. And Emmett's the leader of that group, and he's taken on that responsibility, and he's run with it quite literally.
Emmett, 27, I know carries is a lot, but I think he would have carried the ball 35 times if you would have let him.
Yeah, I mean, you tell Emmett going into this week, cold, I'm not sure if it's going to be windy on Saturday night. Emmett, we need you to touch the ball 30 times. Sign me up. 35 times. Sign me up.
I think between the receptions and the handoffs, closer to 40, he'd be fine with it. He wants the ball. He knows. After the Maryland game, and then I know after the Minnesota game, he was disappointed. Like he wants to be the guy that makes those game-changing, game-winning plays and is willing to do whatever it takes to be able to help this team win.
He's just he's a back that's, I think, at the next level. He has everything that you want. He's a great pass catcher. I think Dana Holgerson, since he came here and has become the play caller, it's allowed Emmett to take that next step in his development. They run, and EJ Barthel had pointed this out as well, they run an NFL-style system in the run game, outside zone, split backs,
inside zone, counter handoffs. They run all the things that you've seen in NFL offense. So Emmett, there's a lot for Emmett to take in, but he's ready for that next level when it comes. He just has such a deep skill set, and he's been aided by E.J. Barthel and Dana Holgorsen, and that entire staff has made Emmett to what he is now.
Yeah, I mean, I for one, I've told the story a lot, but obviously being in the Big 12 and working for a team that faced Dana Holgorsen both when he was the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma State, when he was the head coach at West Virginia, and just the way that he utilizes those running backs that have that skill set that can catch the football, knew that he was going to be a big piece for Dana. And even though the offenses look different, you could just hear the way that Dana Holgorsen talks about Emmett, how much he appreciates him and how much he's excited to game plan around him and utilize his skill set.
Yeah, and I just view, and I think you probably view it the same way, the way Emmett is as a person.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's like a very sweet, down-to-earth human being, and sometimes when you have success at this level and you have a lot of attention, I saw a Pro Football Focus graphic that was put out today that he's top 3 in a lot of major categories when he gets graded out, and you could be a certain way about that, but Emmett, it just sort of doubles down on the work of it all. And he's always, this is great, but what's next? USC's next. A lot of football to be played. We said that probably 3 times in our conversation because he doesn't want to get too hung up on what has been and what still has to be done and what can be.
He wants more, and he's not a selfish guy, but he knows he's capable of even more, of accomplishing even more, but even more than that, bigger than all of that, just for his team. He wants this team to win so badly that that's all it's about for him. I was trying to get you to ask him, it was kind of a last minute idea, but next time we get him in here, we should have him break down some of his plays.
I want to see that 50-yard run against Maryland. Have him break that down.
Yeah, he wants to get into broadcasting,
okay.
And so we need to maybe start giving him some reps to be an analyst. Maybe he'll take Damon's job someday.
That's a social deal we can do on video. Have him break down a play as it happens. But I would really love to see his. I'm sure he's watched it a million. If I were him, I'd watch that Maryland run a million times over.
Did he have I wonder which one it was. Was it Michigan? Did he have a good run? A touchdown run?
I'd have to go back there.
We were sitting when you were done and you were wrapping up, and we were passing on the way out. I told him, I said, we should have had you do some analysis work for us. And he goes, you should have picked this play. And he broke it down right there without even seeing the video. He's like, I could have told you perfectly what happened and what I saw and how it opened up. So
that's what Barthel had mentioned too. His way of seeing the game, his mental aspect, and how that's grown of the game, and just how it's slowed down for him. That comes with reps, but it's a different game for him now, and that's why you're seeing the production you are.
Sports Nightly is brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. If you or someone you know is struggling with problem gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call Choices 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300 for more information. Offices in Lincoln and Columbus. All right, going to go ahead and get to a break so we have plenty of time. Mark Manning going to be a head coach of Husker Wrestling. Preseason ranked number 2 going into the season, coming off the runner-up finish. He's excited about the group. A lot of high expectations for Husker Wrestling going into the season, who opens up this weekend. So we're going to chat about all that, preview the squad, the season with Mark Manning. Keep it here on Sports Nightly.
At Woodhouse Honda, we've got the perfect vehicle for every lifestyle. Shop the full Honda lineup and take advantage of limited time offers happening now. Lease the 2025 Honda Ridgeline Sport for $249 a month for 36 months and 10,000 miles per year. Visit us in-store off Highway 281 in Grand Island or online at WoodhouseHonda.com. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra, security deposit waived, $6,500 due at signing, plus first payment and $299 doc fee due at signing. Stock number GH250128. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
Visit a participating AGCO dealer between September 8th and October 31st and enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Nebraska-Iowa football game on November 28th in Lincoln, plus a pregame tailgate experience. Don't miss your shot to be a part of the action. See True Turf and Ag in Osmond, Columbus, and Fall City or Osceola Implement to enter. It's easy, it's free, and you could be cheering on the Huskers in person this season. Go Big Red!
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your foundation and damaging your home. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
At Woodhouse Hyundai, receive 0% APR for 60 months on select 2025 Hyundai models like the 2025 Hyundai Tucson. Plus, rest easy with Hyundai Owner's Assurance, America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Visit us online at woodhousehyundai.com or woodhouseplacehyundai.com today. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra. Must finance with Hyundai Motor Finance. 10% cash down or trade equity and $299 doc fee due at signing. Available on gas and hybrid models. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorce seed-enless corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore enlist corn and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly, and it is officially crossover season. I'm Jessica Coody, and excited to welcome in another one of the sports, the head coach of one of the sports that's going to be kicking off this weekend as all the sports going on. Mark Manning, I know you're excited about your group. Thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks, Jessica. Thanks for having us.
It seems like we were just talking about the runner-up finish in March, and here we are. You got another season approaching quickly.
Yeah, it goes by quick. There's no rest for the soft people out there. You know, you got to get yourself ready for another season. So our team has done a great job over the summer, and we're really excited about this year, obviously, and it's a great group to coach.
Okay, so how did, coming off the finish last year, you had the 2 individual national champions and then the runner-up finish. How did you see that carry over just starting? It seemed like your guys are constantly working, and they've been working at it really all summer. How did you see that carry over with this group?
Yeah, not a lot of complacency. I think they understood kind of what our program's all about. It's about constant development, and I think our guys really take that to heart. When the season was done, a few weeks went by, and we had 25 plus guys in our room, throughout the summer, and working to get better, but it's about now this weekend it's about performing. You got to perform, and now you got to put that work into your work and labor into competition. And so, we have a lot of great competitors on our team, and that's what it's about. And I foresee these guys just stepping it up another notch. And so I think challenging them, last year was over. I've told Antrell Taylor, hey, you're not defending anything. You don't have to defend it. No one's going to rip that trophy from you. You got to go and win another one. Mm-hmm. No one can take that one from you last year. Now you go and win another one. And it's about that next level thinking of you don't have to defend anything. It's nothing to be scared about, protecting being ranked number 1 in the nation. And, Brock Hardy wants to go and win another one. And A.J. Ferrari wants to go and win a national title. It's about this year and staying locked into the process of what they have to do in the moment.
You returned 6 All-Americans just from last year's team. Yep. And then, I've talked with you along the way, and I know you're really excited about the guys that are stepping into some of the open spots. And I know that was a topic, too, that, was talked a lot about during your run last year. But just the process of your building where you're just reloading, what has that been like for you? How long has that taken? How hard was that to get it to where you're just as excited about a group coming off a national runner-up finish?
Yeah, really great question, Jessica. I think, you talk about reloading, you got to have the right guy to, jump right in there. And we had a really good recruiting class, young man Jake Hockaday, who's 141, he'll be redshirted this year. And Cade Zinkin is another guy, 149 we see in our future. Ty Ice is going to be, he's a stud. He's going to be really good. 74, 84, and then Cade Ziola, he's going to end up being a heavyweight. So we love that progression, and we're able to wrestle those 4 guys, 5 times this year without jeopardizing a red shirt. So it's really good. We're going to take a few of them along this weekend to test their mettle and see what they're all about. And we think they're the real deal. And now we're going to put them. The bullets are flying, and now we got to see what they do when the bullets are flying. So it's great. We got the right men in place, and now they just got to step out there and start doing it and have fun doing it.
You and your coaching staff have really made a name for yourself of being great developers, right? I mean, and that's part of these young guys are okay with sitting back and getting better and waiting for their time. And it's not always the case, but I think that speaks to the program that you've put in place here at Nebraska.
Yeah, the culture is really good. And got guys that are, no one's happy about being second string. But over 5 years, I try to tell young men when I recruit them, listen, hey, if you're varsity 3 out of the 5 years, you're a stud. You're wrestling at Nebraska. We're trying to win Big Ten and national championship, caliber teams. So if you're part of that, you're doing really well. So sometimes you have to wait your turn, but hey, if you're ready to go, we're gonna put you in there.
What's your challenge to some of the guys like Brock Hardy, finished second last year? Yeah. Andrew Tully, you just talked about him, winning one of those individual national titles. Some of these guys that placed really well. What's the challenge? How do you go about getting them even better going into this season?
Yeah, another super question. Brock Hardy is a guy who won Big Tens, and so he had the defending national champion. He had to beat in the semifinals at Big Ten. He did, and then he lost to him in the national finals. And Mendez is back from Ohio State, so he'll wrestle him in the duel. He might wrestle him at national duels, and then obviously at the Big Ten and nationals. So a lot of opportunities to wrestle a guy like that, but Brock has higher goals. He wants to be an Olympic champion. So your motivation comes from guys that they want to be a national champion. Then what's next? Well, be a world champion, be an Olympic champion. Well, Olympics are only a couple of years away. It'll be 2026 real quick, and 2028 will be upon us before you know it. So Brock wants to be that guy, and so that motivates him. That keeps him growing in his technique and his competitive fire each and every day. So I think it's easy to motivate a guy like that because he knows he has a really tough competitor or competitors to beat. There's a lot of other kids in the Big Ten that are tough at that weight, but that keeps him, just focused on what he needs to do in the moment.
How about a guy like Christopher Minto, who, everybody was fired up about him, especially the run that he went on. He's electric when he's out there. What are the challenges for him as he enters his third year, but sophomore season? Yeah,
Christopher's, he's moving up to 174. We're going to let the poor guy, go to training table once a month, now. 165, he is tall and skinny, and, man, He deserves that. He cut a lot of weight last year to make that weight. And you right there, that shows you what kind of character Christopher is all about, and just his mental toughness to be able to stay engaged for 5 months, cut a lot of weight, and then we've got him up at 174, and he's a huge 174 pounder, and he's gonna, that thinking was really about, one, getting LJ Ruggiero in the lineup of 165 makes our team better, and plus Christopher will be a better wrestler because he's not all about cutting weight. It's all about getting better as a wrestler, and so it's really good. And he's a great competitor, and we're just really excited about where he's going to go this year. He's I think he's currently ranked second or third in the nation, 174, with rightly so.
He picked up a lot of fans last season, that's for sure. How about, your heavyweight, AJ Ferrari, moving up to heavyweight for you, a new guy, an addition that you brought in. How is he fit in to the wrestling room? Yeah, we're still fitting him in. We're getting AJ, we're getting him locked in. He's been training a lot better the last 2-3 weeks, and he had a little turf toe going on, and he's a lot better from that. And just looking forward to seeing him become more and more part of our team, and not just an individual. It's about being a team, and that's what our goal is, and that's why we brought him in, and being a part of our team, not just an individual. And so it's a big difference, and it's taken some learning spots here going along, but we'll get him into shape. Well, I know there's a lot of excitement about this program. What's it been like for you to see I know you talked about you're adding a student section for the first time. Yeah. The ticket sales are up. You've sold out of the mat side seating. Yeah. What does that mean to you as the leader of this program to see the interest in this group? Man, just super grateful for being the head coach here, and super grateful for all our fans. All the years, we've had so many top 10, top 5 finishes. Now to really, make that run, really a couple of years ago, we should have been second. But, just to see our team take that step toward winning a national title, and those are precious. There's only one team at the end of the year can say they're national champs. So
But we're just having fun with this thing because we have a group of guys that are really bought in, and their commitment's high, and hopefully our fans just come out. I mean, November 7th, it's going to be electric. We have Military Appreciation Day. We're wrestling Army. But not only that, we're going to honor Ridge Lovett and Trail Taylor, 2 national champ banners coming down, and all the national champs that been here, Bill and Jim Shear, Tony Perler, Tolly Thompson, Jason Powell, Brad Varian. I mean, those guys are coming back and being honored, and it's going to be a great moment for our team and for our program. And Army's got a really good team, so it's going to be a great first duel, and we just want to get the season started off the right way. And I think, having our first student section with the Red Kingdom, like you mentioned, we're calling it the Red Kingdom. So we want those students to come out. I mean, they have a lot of choices, but make the choice to join this student section. I think it's a great opportunity for young people that they come to college. They have a lot of choices to make. And instead of going downtown on Friday night, come to the wrestling match Friday night and cheer us on, be a part of something they'll remember forever.
Oh, that's awesome. It's a great atmosphere. I was going to ask you, I was going to say, how's life without Ridge, but I know he's still around. He's training.
Yes.
One of my favorite Huskers. I think I've interviewed him as much as anybody in the time that I've been here, but I've seen him around. He's still sticking around. But what's it like building a lineup without Ridge, I guess, going into this year?
Well, Ridge is in our room each and every day, and he provides so much confidence to the guys, so much expertise. He's gonna end up being a college coach. He'll make a great coach. He's already a great coach. He's been probably a lead clinician as far as his popularity across the country about teaching camps and clinics and working with young men. He's just a natural leader, like you noticed, Jessica, and he's fun to be around. He's great to work with, and he embodies a lot of pride of what Nebraska wrestling's all about.
Oh, I love that. How important is that when you talk about bringing in these guys that when you reload, going back to that question, but being able to provide continued training even once their career is done, to be able to help them to continue to chase those goals of maybe Olympics or World Championships? How important is that to your program? It's
so much. And, Nebraska Wrestling Training Center is a way for people to get involved in our program. It helps so much. We're chasing Penn State and Iowa, who've had, proven, Olympians, world team members, and that's the next level for us. Just like, guys wanting to be in the NFL or NBA or Major League Baseball. Our next jump is, I want to be a world champion. I want to be Olympic champion. And we have 5 guys now, all wrestled at Nebraska: Liam Cronin, Caleb Smith, Ridge Lovett, Peyton Robb, and Christian Lance. All were All-Americans or national champs for us, training with our team. And that provides a lot of stability. That provides a lot of culture from the standpoint when we recruit. Hey, I want to be Olympic world champion. Hey, we've done it, and we're doing it with guys that are Huskers. So that pride is just... it's hard to put a measuring stick on that and what it means, and that's how people can get involved and, join Nebraska Wrestling Training Center, because that provides us, with enough financial means to be able to provide for these guys to keep them here at Nebraska and build our program.
Oh, that's great. All right, you talked about it a little bit. So the home opener coming up a week from Friday, November 7th against Army, 6 o'clock. But you open up this weekend. What are you looking for out of your guys and the first time out officially this season?
Yeah, this weekend we go to the Navy Classic, and it's by design. We'll see a lot of teams that we never see during the year. So just getting our guys out in the East Coast, a little bit different style, a lot more mat wrestling, a lot of more maybe a lot of rolling around type thing. You got to finish hard on people, and you got to be able to ride people. So it's going to give us a great element of seeing where we're at on the mat, but then just getting our offense off and just having fun getting to wrestle when the bullets are flying,
Oh, that's great. Huskers.com/tickets. Again, if you want to be inside the Devaney Center coming up Friday, November 7th against Army, 6 o'clock for the home opener. But you guys got a good slate this year. A lot of opportunities to see this team playing some or competing against some good competition.
Yeah, we have a really hard schedule. And one, we have 8 home duels. And in wrestling, it's hard to have a lot of home duels. And we're just blessed to have 8 this year, before Christmas, probably a really epic weekend for us, December 19th with North Carolina coming to town. They have a really good team on that Friday. And then that Sunday, we're going to be on ESPN Live with Oklahoma State at 2 o'clock. And so Oklahoma State's, historic, great team coming back. They've put a lot of financial means into their program, and it's going to be sight to see. I know a lot of fans have already bought that ticket, but I would say come for all of them, man. In the second half of our season, it's loaded in January.
Yeah.
We have in one weekend we wrestle Ohio State and Iowa, one on Friday, one on Sunday. That's 2 teams in the top 5. So it's going to be a great slate, and our fans are going to be able to watch some great competition.
And we need to get those tickets before the Iowa fans do. They travel, right?
They travel hard. But I think they're going to be a lot more red than black and yellow.
I agree. Okay, before I let you go, we've been talking about this on the show, but I see you at the training table, and I have a bone to pick with you because you got me hooked on that soft serve ice cream at the training table. I saw you had this cup that had the Oreos on it, and then now I can't. I have to get some like almost every day that I go in there.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's hard. I'm ice cream. I have a sweet tooth, so as you know, and it's great. That training table is woo. They have no cookies around. You got to have a little something sweet so that ice cream hits the spot.
Is it always the same that you build on your ice cream? Is it always the Oreo cookies, or do you mix it up some?
If they had some other choices, I'd go another way. But right now, that's all I have to go for. But it's pretty good.
It's always great to see your guys there. I know they take advantage of it. That training table is a good selling piece for your recruiting, right?
It's means so much, and Troy being able to offer that up for all the student athletes. It's a family, it's a community, and Tom Osborne really gets the credit for starting, really the training table and the academic center years ago, and that family atmosphere is what people and parents and young men really want to be a part of. They want to be a part of a family, and when you can talk about it, but we're showing people how to do it, and that's you're eating together. You're seeing each other. They're seeing each other at class, but they're seeing other coaches. They're seeing, I saw them at class. Now I see them at the training table. I saw them at dinner. I mean, it's really a game changer in regards to really preaching what we're all about, and that's family.
And I know you're a big part of that. A lot of coaches come in and say you're a lot of times the first person they hear from, getting texts from. You're very supportive of all the programs. But I also couldn't help but think about Greg Sharp when I knew that I was going to be talking to you, because this was always something that he did. He looked forward to chatting with you to kick off the season every single year. So I'm sad that it's me. I'm glad to see you, but he always looked forward to chatting with you.
Yeah, he was great, man. He's great, and you're doing a great job too, Jessica. I appreciate you, and we all miss Greg, and man, what he means to Nebraska athletics, we'll never forget him.
Appreciate your time. Best of luck this weekend, and we'll look forward to having you guys on more often now that the season is about to get underway.
Yeah, thanks, Jessica. Go Huskers.
That is Mark Manning, head coach of Husker Wrestling, as big expectations for the Huskers going into the start of the 2025-2026 season. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. More of the show coming up right after this.
In every Infiniti model. Right now, enjoy special financing and limited time offers, including a $10,000 retail bonus on the 2025 Infiniti QX60. Visit our showroom or browse our inventory online at infinityofomaha.com. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra, $299 doc fee due at signing. VIN number SC337401. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear weekend, Toyota trucks are raring to go. Gearing up for fall, Tundra is all in for hauling. Campers, ATVs, you know Tundra's got the muscle to move it. Going off the beaten path? Tacoma says, let's do this. With handling that tackles tough trails and the backbone to take you where the pavement can't. Both trucks pack sweet tech, posh cabins, and Toyota's legendary reliability. So whether it's a fishing trip at dawn, tailgate at noon, or a remote sunset at, well, sunset, these trucks are built to make every weekend epic. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, or Village Point Toyota of Omaha.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields. With the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-enlist corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore Enlist corn, and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board. The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Step into elevated luxury at Woodhouse Lincoln. Right now, lease the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus Premier All-Wheel Drive for $599 a month for 39 months and 10,500 miles per year. Browse our inventory in-store or online at woodhouselincoln.com. Woodhouse Lincoln, the Omaha Metro's exclusive Lincoln dealer with approved credit, tax, title, license extra, security deposit waived, $4,897 down plus first payment, and $299 doc fee due at signing. Stock number L250240. Vehicle is a retired courtesy loaner. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. Man, Mark Vanning, he's just the best. He is the greatest. You got to meet him today, and he was always one of Greg's favorites to chat with, but he is just such a kind human being. Always enjoyed chatting with him.
Yeah, I told him, I said, I've heard a lot of great things about you, and he said I could fool some people. But no, he's proof's in the pudding in terms of what he's done as a coach, but you could just see that was I've seen him at a bunch of different things, training table, on the sidelines, at football. I've seen him at football practices. I know Coach Rule embraces all the other coaches, and but just that first interaction, that can tell you a lot, and it was really, really cool to meet him.
All right. Got a chance last week for our Cornhusker conversation presented by Woodhouse. Chatted with the kicker, Kyle Cunanan. Unfortunately, he missed one. He had hit 7 in a row, so I guess I'll take the blame. I'll take the jinx for that. But no, he's going to continue to be a solid part and piece to the special teams unit. Been a great addition for this Husker football program. I had a chance to chat with him as a part of our Cornhusker conversation presented by Woodhouse. Wanted to play you a portion of that conversation here tonight. Okay, so take me back to that first conversation with Mike Eckler. What do you remember about that conversation? What hooked you, I guess, from that first time you talked with Coach Eckler?
Before that, even my kicking coach, Adam Tanowski, he prefaced the fact that Coach Eckler is going to have a lot of energy on the phone, and I'm a pretty mellow, like kind of calm guy, and he's like, you have to match it, all right? And he's like, I know you, and this is going to be hard for you, but you have to match it. And I said, all right, I got this. And as soon as Coach Eck picked up the phone, he was full of energy. It was definitely exactly what I was expecting, given what my coach had told me, and it was awesome. I had never had a conversation with a coach who was as excited as Coach Eckler is, and always is. And it wasn't like it was just the first time talking to him kind of energy. He continues to have it day in and day out. And it really was like no one I've ever talked to.
So you come on your official visit, you talked about you had never been to Nebraska. So why did you feel like when you were looking kind of for your next spot, I know academics played a big role, but the football part of it, why did you feel like this was the spot for you?
You know, I'd never been in school-wise, football has never been a huge part of the community at either of the places that I'd been previously. And one of my buddies, he has grown up a Husker fan. He's from Gothenburg, and he was my punter at Charlotte. So we'd watch Husker football every Saturday or every day that we could, and when it didn't overlap with our games. And just the environment and everything you'd see on TV, it was awesome. And it was interesting because we actually joked about me going to Nebraska when I was at Charlotte. Once I knew I was hitting the portal, and we were like, whatever. Yeah, right. Maybe it'll happen. Who knows? But it was really cool when it kind of came full circle there, and it actually happened. And you know, Coach Eckler played a big role. You know, he has a tremendous reputation everywhere he's been. And one of my really good buddies, who is the kicker at Tennessee, Max Gilbert, had just spoken the world of him, and that was a huge part in it as well. Just because Max is someone I can trust, and he spoke great things about Coach Eck, and all of them have come to be true. And so between, you know, the community, the fan base, what we're trying to do here as a team, you know, really turn this place around and turn it into what it once was, or even better, it's just kind of something that I like to be a part of, and it was really, really a big part of why I kind of chose here.
Oh, that's great. What a cool story. How would you describe Ja'Cory Barney as a supporter of the special teams units and your unit in particular?
Oh, he's awesome. You know, every field goal period in practice, every time we're kicking in the game, he's bringing the energy. We ran out there today, and he was the first one over for the field goal period, yelling, "Come on, Kyle, let's go!" And you know, every kick, every time, he's bringing the energy, and it's pretty awesome. You know, and he also plays a huge role in special teams, returning punts and whatnot. So I respect him big time for all that, but he also is a huge guy on field goal when it comes to bringing the energy and getting everyone hyped up and kind of making it a part of practice that everyone looks forward to instead of just a part of practice that happens.
That's awesome. You know, another guy, too, that's become quite the favorite and you're pretty close with is Archie Wilson. You guys kind of came in together, didn't really know many people. Tell us about that and just how important that relationship's been for you.
No, it's been huge. We, when he got here for his OV, I was moving in. And we came in for our physicals at the same time. and he came with his family and whatnot. So I met his whole family, and I met his brothers, and we got to be pretty close. And so when in kind of that transition, we kind of relied on each other because we didn't really know anybody else. And I mean, shoot, we didn't really know each other. But it was at least a connection that we had here, and whether it was going out to eat and that kind of stuff, or we have a friend who lives out in Valley, Nebraska, and we'd go out there and go fishing, and just kept building that bond. And now we're close as ever. And I'm close to this family too. When they came back for the first few games or first 4 games, we'd go hang out all together at his family's place or eat dinner and stuff like that. But it's been a big part in kind of getting settled in here. And, I'm really grateful that he's here and that we were able to get as close as we have so far.
So you guys like some fishing when you're not playing football?
Yeah, I'm a big time fishing. It's probably a top 3 hobby for me. If the weather's right and we're not playing football or have class, I'm probably fishing.
So you played soccer growing up. That's kind of how you got the leg that you have.
Yep, I did my entire life. Started when I was 4 years old, and then I played all the way up through my senior year of high school.
So why football over soccer?
Actually, the first time I ever kicked a football, I don't even know how old I was. I might have been 12 years old-ish, around there. It was whenever the Super Bowl was in Arizona. It was the Patriots and someone else. I can't remember who they played. But I was at the NFL Experience, and they have like a little field goal kind of kicking thing set up, and I waited in line for like an hour and a half. And when I went out there, I was just in tennis shoes. I'm like, all right, let's see. I think it was a regular extra point, maybe 20 yards probably. And I smoked it. I was like, all right, we got to back up. And so I think I only got back to like 30 yards, but I was like, all right, when I get to high school, this is what I'm doing. And sure enough, when I got to high school, I still had that same itch to kick, and kind of the rest is history.
Wow, that's amazing. What a story. So going to the Super Bowl Experience led to your college football career, basically.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Wow. Again, our Cornhusker conversation presented by Woodhouse. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. He is such a great storyteller. He's got some stories, but I know that he's got that demeanor that's perfect for a kicker. And again, he missed one last week, but he's been a great addition for Husker football. Matt Rule brags on him constantly.
Yeah, he's been massive. We talk about special teams and some of the playmakers in the return game, or Archie Wilson as a punter, but Cunanan's just been, for the most part, solid, consistent, and that's what you're going to need. Especially when the wind starts whipping a little bit. Some of these games become a little more low scoring in the Big Ten as the elements become a factor. Kyle's going to play a huge, huge role, and he also has a great first name.
All right, got to get to a break, but we're back to wrap up the show next.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Set, hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole: Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
The Akrs Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back. Final few minutes left here of Sports Nightly on this Wednesday night edition. With Kyle Crooks, I'm Jessica Coody. I apologize, I didn't catch your joke going out to break.
Yeah, I said Kyle Cunanan has a really good first name, and you didn't laugh. You were just apparently thinking about the bats hanging up behind you and how one was too large to be on that window, so now it's behind me.
Yeah.
If you see that massive bat that's behind me, that's the one that Jess didn't like in her shot, I guess.
So I noticed. Well, listen, we've got our Halloween decorations up. We've got some kids visiting from across the athletics department coming in trick-or-treating, so we're passing out candy. Shout out to Jim Briggs, sent us all kinds. It took us like 5 minutes. We did an unboxing video yesterday. Josh shot it, and it took us like 10 minutes to open up and go through everything. So we've got the studio decked out. We're going to be wearing our costumes tomorrow, but we're in the Halloween spirit apparently.
As you speak, there's a kid behind you in a dinosaur get up. If that is what's going on in the office today. That is exactly what Jess was just telling you. So we are not lying. We are not liars.
Yeah, no. Shout out Camden, Josh. We spent a lot of time. So there's a lot of decorations here.
You said you weren't a decorator, and you lied.
I'm not, but the kids were coming. It's all for the kids.
Cassidy did a lot of this too.
No, she did not. It was Camden and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
She tried the balloons, so we'll give her that. She's handing out candy out there,
Yeah.
so she's doing her thing.
So, but yeah, anything for the kids, but fun stuff. And yeah, we appreciate Jim. We'll have our costumes on tomorrow, but we will have a full 2 hours coming up tomorrow night. We will make our picks and the Blitz, and Amy Williams going to be here. We'll talk some women's basketball. It's crossover season.
We won't have many 2-hour shows next month. Full 2-hour shows next month.
We
considering.
don't?
I guess not, considering the schedule. So enjoy us for full 2 hours while you can.
Okay, so so full 2 hours tomorrow. Lots of stuff to get to. We'll have some picks. I did awful, by the way. So I got to get
4 and 7,
I'm in a
right?
mid-season slump. I got to get things turned around.
That's why I say it's a marathon, not a sprint. And who went 7 and 4 again? Me.
Yeah, now I'm at the bottom. But anyways, we'll have all that for you coming up tomorrow night as well. We'll announce our chat winners. They always get mad at me when I don't. But yeah, and big week here because we have the blackout. I told you, black every day, all day, every day this week.
Fits the Halloween theme too.
Yeah, my costume tomorrow I think also is black, so we'll stick with the theme. But big weekend. We got the Nebraska Athletics Hall of Fame coming up on Friday. Kyle and I are both a part of that, so lots going on here. But appreciate you being a part of this one tonight. Thanks to Camden and Josh, Kyle. I'm Jessica. We'll talk to you tomorrow night for a full 2 hours here on Sports Nightly.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Set. Hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease